Peace, family. Big energy, you know what I'm saying? Shadow work Sundays on a Wednesday, you dig? I am the guy King Manifest.
It's the guy Khalil. We back for another episode. You did what I'm saying? Finna tap y'all in and sourceize y'all real quick. You did?
I say. The truth is that shadow work ain't just on Sundays, you dig? And that's in real life, you know what I'm saying? In real life, in real time, we actually go through shadow work every day. You know what I'm saying? Shadow work can pop up on a Wednesday, spin the block on a Friday, you know what I mean? So we are about to be sourcing with Source every episode. So if Source says Shadow Work Sundays on Sundays, and we rocking that on Sundays. If Source say Shadow Work Sundays on Wednesdays, and we vibrating with y'all on Wednesdays. If I'm not mistaken, today is the day of Tahuti, right?
Mm-hmm. Tahuti Day.
Mm-hmm. I say.
That's why I'm like, yeah. That's why I'm like, we should have been doing episodes on Wednesday.
Come on now. This is when me and Kyle used to do our studies actually on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Studying the metal nature and different things like that, which we'll talk about at some point, fam. We got some things working on for y'all, you know what I'm saying? But today's episode is actually titled My Shadow is My Ally. You know what I'm saying? So we are finna create a whole nother code switch, family, to be honest. And this is gonna sound it may sound contradictory. And this what I'll say is that as we expand and we evolve, then we understand things on a deeper level. And so sometimes we gotta spin the block and expand information and bring the true perspective. You know what I'm saying?
That shaman perspective, you did.
I say. Peace to the tribe.
Wholeness.
Man, the fam is in the chat. So we're gonna start this off because I feel like on a Wednesday, you know what I'm saying, what some would call, what they call this hump day, Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? So you've been through it, you know what I'm saying? We gotta go and tap in with Source real quick. You dig? Balance out this energy.
Ain't nothing playing, bro. I went and checked off like on the
So
on
y'all
my phone.
y'all can't hear nothing?
Nope.
Wow, I'm over here vibing hard too. I'm like, all right, hold on. My apologies, tribe. Yeah, I'm over here lit. You know what I'm talking about? Can you hear that?
I think I only hear it through your headphones.
Well, anyway, I guess we're not playing that song then. I don't know what's going on. Well, we're gonna play it later in the episode. How about that? I just put it up. And like we don't got the files, you dig? So so let's keep on rocking. So actually, this is what we're gonna do because I want to play that song before we start getting in. Kai, what do you have, man? You know, for us from a perspective of, we're not even gonna go into the ally perspective, but who do you see when you look in the mirror? Maybe I would say today, because maybe you see a different being or a different person every day. But today, when you look yourself in the mirror, if you have had such a reflective moment today, who did you see?
Well, I was kind of in the rest of this rising, so I don't think I looked that long.
That's a pretty deep answer already.
And plus, I took a hot shower, so the thing was foggy, so I couldn't see. Ask the question one more time.
When you looked in the mirror, who did you see?
I ain't gonna say this rising. I'm gonna just say right now, like when I'm looking in my internal black mirror, I don't know. I just see like a I don't know, like if it was something out of Ben 10 Alien Watch, like honestly, like, but it's simple. I don't know. It just got a regular body, but that like the hands, the feet, they're like levitation devices for it to move around. But it's like almost the same color as the thumbnail, the green in the thumbnail.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I had my answer, you know what I'm saying, originally, but now you making me rethink my answer to what I saw when I looked in the mirror. Yeah, it sounds like it's only playing on your okay. Yeah, man, that's deep. So try when y'all looked in the mirror today. Who did y'all see? What did you see? What did you feel? You know what I'm saying? In full transparency, when I looked in the mirror today, you know, I felt, well, first I saw, as you can tell, I'm in my heart space. I went straight to I felt. I saw to be honest, I didn't change. My environment did. So, you know, I've been on some royal type of time today, which I am all the time, but today I really been on. So, you know, I was looking in the mirror of a castle, like a mirror in the castle. I was on some, you know what I mean? My environment, it just mentally, where my mental space was when I first woke up was so high, like in a royal place. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the one, you know what I mean? Like Neo, you know what I mean? But let's get it. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
This is who you are. Who are you? You grabbed it from the start. Trust in my vibes, I love where I be. When I talk to source, I'm just talking to me. 30 days fast, so I can feel free. Vibing so high, I can feel more of me. Vibing so low just for duality. Universal laws channeled through me. Tryna F me up, then turn me right to a G. Keep telling me back to my instincts. Different timelines like gang, what a gang go on. Walk into my tombs in heavy shoes, like I can't go on. Then I dropped the weight like Rock Lee. Took my leg weights off. Then I drift and thought like Baby Driver. I just say wait, oh. Me and King take calls, we'll make calls. We make call if you need help. Yeah, we may fall, but we won't stall. Getting back up and taking more steps. Feeling like soul with my mask off. There are many levels to this ego, but my ego can't die. I can't die. I'm on any real. Trust in my vibes, I love where I be. When I talk to source, I'm just talking to me. 30 days fast, so I can feel free. Vibing so high, I can feel more of me. Vibing so low just for duality. Universal laws channeled through me. Tryna F me up, then turn me right to a chick. Just tell me back to my instincts. Trust in my vibes, I love where I be. When I talk to source, I'm just talking to me. 30 days fast, so I can feel free. Vibing so high, I can feel more of me. Vibing so low just for duality. Universal laws channeled through me. Tryna F me up, then turn me right to a chick. Tell me back to my instincts.
My pops, I'm picking the lock. A savage at 21
when I was a lot. I am the dope, but I got off the block. I just show love, I ain't got no op. Like an overflowing cup, I'm off the top. I channel that ether, the power of locks. Meditate in a circle and think out the box. I can jump over hurdles, I ran from the cops. I just see smoke, but I am the fire. You trying to stop me, you wasting your time. Like you missed your exit, you ain't see the signs. Hey, you talking to God. I don't rush it. In my life, every day shadow work sun. This mind been talking, I cry when I think about how much she love me. Ay, hard to explain this feeling. All the activations I'm getting, I know that Christ is risen to enlighten my vision. I'm here to ground this information for the nation, God, and teach patience and dualism.
Trusting my vibes, I love where I be. When I talk to source, I'm just talking to me. 30 days fast, so I can feel free. Vibing so high, I can feel more of me. Vibing so low, just for duality. Universal laws channeled through me. Trauma F me up, then turn me right to a G. Gotta work to tell me back to my instincts.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Set the vibes. You know what I mean? Source high, vibrating high, in source, we trust. You know what I'm talking about? Infinite vibrations. You know what I'm saying? We are definitely, if you desire it, if you feel it, if you see it, if you know it, then you are in a new timeline right now. You have shifted. You know what I'm saying? And it's the cold part. That timeline actually lives in the existence of your intention. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think I'll be intentionally choosing the beginning of the hero's journey timeline every single time I shift timelines. Like, I don't be wanting to skip like to the timeline where it's like everything is done. I want to skip to the timeline where I'm just starting the hero's journey, but it's like with a new sense of consciousness now. So it's like reincarnating, but without forgetting who you was in your past life.
now that's hard. So you still coming to the place full of tests, full of cheat codes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into it.
I would say, yeah, just understanding that place is that ain't a place. That's just that's a field of energy you could tap into, like just like the electromagnetic field or love or anything else.
I say, like a phoenix. Nah, that's how I feel. I feel like a phoenix, bro. Right night, you know what I'm saying? Red phoenix, orange phoenix, type of vibes. So this episode is My Shadow is My Ally. So the etymology of ally is bind together. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna marinate on that for a second. The etymology of ally is to bind together. So we're saying my shadow is my ally. And I'm gonna drop a bomb right at the beginning of the show. So, like the title, like you see the thumbnail, my shadow is my friend. What is friend? The etymology of friend is to love. I found that very interesting. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when you look at the shadow is actually, we create the shadow based off of lack of love, based off of lack of the friendship.
And this is, and just to clarify for the tribe, this is just from a shadow work perspective, not a metaphysics perspective, right? As far as we don't create the shadow.
Why you do that, bro?
Good. I just felt like that could just be confusing. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to, because
it could be, because technically that's a paradox.
That's
because
what I'm saying.
As much as it is, it isn't. And as much as it isn't, it is.
All right, so we classify that as as a paradox. So yeah. All right.
I'll say.
Yeah.
But no, I respect it though. That's real. You know what I'm saying? We real walking. So so technically, you know what I'm saying, from the, like I said, from the shadow work, I can't. I said now I'm finna go back into that paradox. So that's why I said, why you do that, bro?
Well,
Um, so technically, there's no shadow work, only light work. You see what I'm saying? Because the only time that the shadow work pops up in the way of shadow, this energy, we create that by demonizing whatever that experience the light is actually trying to show us, for us to actually get to the light. It's a light attraction. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna take it to the Bible real quick. So in 1 Corinthians 14:33, it says, with God, disorder and chaos gives way to order and peace. So in the scriptures, these energies were one through love. You see what I'm saying? But it says disorder and chaos gives order and peace. See what I'm saying? So the whole time the light is creating both sides of this situation to help you get to it and become one with it and become, but it's all about becoming friends with every aspect of this journey. You see what I'm saying? Which what it means to love every, you know what I'm saying, aspect of this journey.
Exactly. So like it's because like just the plane of energy, I feel like me and King been in like the mental plane, and also just grounding everything to the physical, understanding that this is very much a mental thing that we aren't aware of, especially doing shadow work. Like our thoughts may get so bad that we allow them to stay within the realm of the shadow instead of helping the shadow understand that these thoughts can be alchemized even in the realm of shadow, even if they're bad thoughts. You dig what I'm saying? So like King is saying, the light is here. The shadow is technically not present, because all the light is doing is putting pressure on the shadow, which should be light anyways. You dig what I'm saying? So it's always going to be there. It's always going to be necessary, because that process of life and death, life and rebirth, life and death, life and transcendence is always going to be necessary. But the problem comes when you begin to project on shadow, or project or put titles on what a title is, as far as a perspective or aspect of yourself. So even consciously saying, oh, my shadow self, or what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Even if we know shadow work isn't a bad thing, what is the vibration shadow hold? And how does this what you are calling this shadow, which probably has a whole nother cosmic name, you dig what I'm saying? But what you are calling the shadow, how does that perceive you? How does that perceive you calling it a shadow? You know what I'm saying? It's just like crystals. You calling crystals a rock. Have you ever sat with a crystal and say, hey, you a rock? Have you felt how that felt before? Like it'll tell you, like, bro, I'm not no rock. Don't call me no rock. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I just went on a little rant.
So I feel like, you know, right now, just what I'm feeling and what I feel like is a message that's supposed to come through is that the shadow that we, like you said, like, what is it cosmically? It's your subconscious. That's why it's not a shadow. But what it is that it's your brain. It's this quantum computer. This quantum computer creates. And so technically, based off of it's bringing these things up and to you to your present moment, for you to actually be able to consciously see it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that is, you see what I'm saying? Which is source.
For lack of a better terms, it's a projection of the light. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I keep thinking, my brain keep going to like deep sea level, like and the type of aquatic animals that just live down there, and the stuff, like, bro, the stuff that you will see that deep in water, you would be like, how First and foremost, the way squids, octopus, different cuttlefish, all different. They're very translucent. They're very neon in color. They exist deep below the sea level, right? The way they get food is from the fish that are above the sea level, above them. They poop, they fecal matter, so they eating fish poop, right? But the crazy part about that is when you see it in 4K, it looks just like the cosmos. It looks just like the poop look like the stars, and the fish look like different galaxies or different. So why am I bringing that up? Because down there, it's a different density of light. It's way, that pressure down there under that water is like this on them fish. But them fish, squid, they have a biological structure that is very, very malleable, very, very soft, very, very squishy. So the pressure, the density don't even phase them. And then in turn, it allows them to have different chemical reactions to become more vibrant, and showing that through what they would perceive as a shadow situation, you actually just transform and become more light. Think about that. Fish above water are way more dense. They are beautiful. They have nice colors reflecting sunlight. But what about the fish underwater that have no sunlight? What are they reflecting? That's pure chemical, cosmic source reactions. So they really embodied the perspective of there is no shadow. There's only light. And then they morph their bodies into pure light even more. To eat more light that's coming down from them.
To eat more light. Come on, man. Like,
transmute, you did.
Nah, gratitude to you. You know what I'm talking about? You know, gratitude to Source. You know what I'm saying?
Big Pacha.
Yeah, man. Sheesh. You got me thinking. Like, I really got a lot to say, but we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna. That's just, yeah. We're gonna let that marinate. It's like a Selah moment right now. You know what I'm saying? Take a sip of water. So yeah. let's go into it then. I think this kind of is nice setup right here. So the way we process and the way Source process is totally different. So you talking about these fish processing on a source level. You know what I'm saying? And so we finna talk about, you know, the aspect of us resetting our biological time clock, you know what I'm saying, beyond the time frequency to realign ourselves with source purpose or source process, like the way the source processes things. And so every organ or cell in our body has a biological time clock, you know what I'm saying, which is actually very deep. You know what I'm saying? Because we naturally process through emotions and we tap into our emotional bank essentially whenever things happen naturally, which is how we create this shadow. And so taking control of the biological time clock through the perspective of no separation, which is the source process. You know what I'm saying? We must think like source and vibrate together in grace, which grace provides oneness. It removes separation. And so does that make sense what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
What do you mean by biological time clock?
So there are to an extent, for the lack of terms, from a metaphysical aspects like energetic I don't want to say clocks, but for the lack of terms like energetic, not chakras, but every part of us, like when you get sick, you know what I'm saying? That is essentially you having, like when you detox, you're resetting different aspects of different parts of your body, of your biological time clock, of different parts of your body. So it's kind of like your organs, different things like that. When something is depleting per se, it's a reset. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to do that energetically. You see what I'm saying? And so it's trauma, for the lack of terms, or it cannot be trauma. It's energy. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be cleared. It has to be reset. You get what I'm saying? And so for us to vibrate, because source is not walking around dense. It's essentially these aspects of us that keep us in the 3D realm. but it's everything in your body, energetically, spiritually, and physically, is connected with something energetically, and it has to be reset, which is a biological time clock.
Right. So essentially what you're saying is how to what is the circadian rhythm for energy or your energetic bodies, your emotional bodies?
Biological time clock is connected to the circadian rhythm.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So like how, and again, the way that you align that, you know what I'm saying, is just aligning through what you see outside in nature. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example, like if you see the sun get up at a specific time in the rising and set at a specific time in the setting, that's what you're supposed to be doing, because that is doing something. And that's deep, because I was just thinking about, I don't know.
I'll be on that type of time too, bro.
I was talking to myself, like talking to myself. I don't know. I might have been in the ash. I don't know. I was somewhere talking to myself, and I don't know. We was just talking about the moon, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like this was I don't know. I feel like this is a completion of the before an astral travel that I already had. So it was like the beginning of an astral travel that I had the end to. So we was talking, and we was talking about the moon, and I'm like, the moon ain't real. That the moon don't like. And then this aspect of myself, we was like, what you mean the moon not real? You think the moon don't affect you? Like the moon don't affect you? So again, all of these bodies outside of us, as far as nature, as far as the celestial realm, everything, every single one of those things is teaching us how to be more in alignment with nature. I don't care if you take your dog, if you got a domesticated animal, it's still teaching you some way, shape, or form how to align with source. Because just because they domesticated and they live with it or whatever, don't mean that they can't teach you what a wild animal can. So even looking that close within yourself, sometimes I know it's cold outside, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever, we can't go outside and just see and sit, but even those aspects can teach you how to align your biological circadian rhythm physically to where it's energetically. Now you're going to the astral realms. Now you're going to the fourth dimensional plane and doing what? You know what I'm saying? Shadow work. Through what? Dreams. But we come back to the physical realm and get too emotional with the intuitive dreams that so when we have these dreams in the astral realm and they be about, oh, we seen somebody such and such, or we seen somebody get hit by a car, or whatever, we come back here and we ground that imaginative, creative, real experience in this real reality, when those are two different real realities. You dig what I'm saying? So when you align that circadian biological time clock like King is talking about, then you go to the astral realms and do shadow work, but then you have to carry that awareness of you doing shadow work in this physical realm to that realm, so you don't get too personal with it, because something in that reality may not even
when you as you transcend to that, or you vibrate to that other reality, you actually are going to become like the fish. You're going to become light. So exactly. Now you have that, you know, I feel like, so I want to tap in on I ain't gonna say from an emotional aspect, but I would say from a lessons from experience aspect, you know, in this, you know what I'm saying? And so you can go through things, right, that can feel dark and feel like, you know, like it's the worst thing that ever happened, or whatever type of emotions that happen that come with that situation. But truthfully, when you understand, and this is what I had to understand, and what's been a beautiful perspective, and been, you know, me connecting more with source and connecting more with my art, which is making myself light, you know what I'm saying, that's possible. It's looking at that, all those things that were seeming like broken pieces or broken projections and pain, and people don't give a damn, and they fake really know these are the actual light aspects of me that are reflecting on me, that are saying, yo, you know what I'm saying, you got to clear the karma, you got to clear it, we got to get it done some kind of ways, because I need you to get to me. You know what I'm saying? There's a reality that is waiting on you. And I'm over here where Kyle's talking about us going, and you Trent, it's like, how do I get there? It's like, I have to understand that if I'll stay dense as long as I stay looking at this thing from, oh man, it's just so bad. Oh man, it's just so, oh, woe is me.
Dense realities come from dense perspectives.
And dense perspectives mean you ain't thinking, because you just, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, you know, how can you
or you in the illusion that you think you think it, like,
exactly,
which is the complete, like, yeah.
So family, in layman's terms, anybody that ever hurt you up until this point right now and moving forward, but right now we're gonna focus on from now and in the past, which is a second ago. In the past, whenever whoever hurt you, did anything, not even hurt you, that's the wrong perspective. Whoever that you feel or felt that hurt you in the past, you know, from that emotion, understand right now, nobody has ever hurt you. Nobody has ever done you wrong. That everything that has happened was for you to actually see the most brightest, loving light, get to the most beautiful, even if you had to cut them off. It was so you can get to a reality without their ass, because that's the reality that you're supposed to have. Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody has some form of trauma, right? You have some form of trauma, right? You have feelings about certain things somebody did to you, even though they probably didn't have that intention in the feeling that you have about what they did. So to me, in my head, it went straight to kinetic energy, like, you know what I'm saying, bullets and just explosions, right? In order for those two, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, like, when you shoot a gun or when you blow up a bomb or anything like that, something has to come into contact with something else in order for it to boom, right? Or in order for it to release the pressure. So if you stop having a perspective in your feelings and emotions about what people did to you to make you feel this type of way, how will you ever release that pressure? That just means that they did their job, let their energy go, and now you just holding all of that. Now you just one super big bomb waiting to blow up that you got the button clicker thing to the detonator to, and you got tape over the button because you keep thinking that you keep thinking that somebody else blew the situation up. One whole time you supposed to do it for yourself. Energetic, you supposed to come to all of these different, these crazy perspectives about things. But are you supposed to let your emotions and perspectives and mindsets stay there and project energetically or mentally or physically or emotionally? No. You're supposed to cultivate that energy in and then allow it to have not a big bang effect, but kind of like after Goku throws the spirit bomb and all that energy, after the spirit bomb goes away, all that energy just goes back to the people. You dig what I'm saying?
So look, it's pure self-sabotage. You know what I'm saying? Every situation, every karmic situation is leading us back to the center of creation, the center of source. But if we don't accept it, then like you say, he's scared to push the button. You know what I'm saying? Got tape on it, holding it. Like, then guess what you're doing? The whole time we think, most of the time in shadow work, I'm pushing myself to love. I'm pushing myself to this. I'm pushing myself to that. When really, like you said, you got the tape on now. You ain't even hitting the button. When clicking that button is going to take you back to the center of source, which is the heart of love. And now you have literally reached every aspect of everything that you desire.
Because look,
you know what I'm saying?
Not to cut you off, it's so easy to be low vibrational about something that happened in a situation with somebody and it made you feel in a low vibration. It's easy to do that. The hard thing to do is let it go and accept that it wasn't even that. Maybe they was just tripping that day and they just had you know what I'm saying? That's the more challenging thing to do. You dig? So again, you're self-sabotaging yourself because you think the easy way out is in some way within your vessel, your vehicle, energetically and physically, whatever, based off of the experience that you went through, epigenetics, something in you thinks the right way out is to continue to stay in a attacking perspective towards things instead of releasing that. Like I said, like we said, it's okay to, but when you release it, that's when you understand that there was no shadow, there was no this, there was no that. That was only you just projected yourself, you separated yourself so that you could see what you were doing outside of yourself, so that then you can realize, oh, I can bring that part of myself back in now and keep moving.
I ain't gonna lie to you. So look, family, let me respond to this, 7. Sometimes the release is not catching yourself. Marinate on that. Sometimes the release is them catching the business. And after you do that, you have no emotions behind it. You're not mad at that person anymore, but you had to check that energy. You had to get it off you. Sometimes that is the release. So not saying that situation, but I'm saying, sometimes, like King told King told T.I., sometimes we gotta stand on business. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like children, you know what I'm saying? Like they stand on business in the most business standing on way. Like you'll see them hurt themselves over and over and over again just to have fun. Like, why you keep doing that to yourself? You know what I'm saying? And they know what they're doing, but they just love the laughter afterwards, or the noise that something makes afterwards, or this or whatever afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll even flip the perspective on you. They'll look at something that you look at in a low vibrational way and be like, oh, that's actually funny. They'll bring light to the situation. You dig what I'm saying? So maybe that was a light code for your inner child. You know what I'm saying? 7.
And so look, every situation that we go through, right? Every process that we go through, look at it like process of elimination. You know what I'm saying? Trauma is real. But the only way that you able to even get close to a source perspective when you're dealing with deep trauma is understanding the process of elimination. And your life is shifting because you shifting. And so the things that you desire, you are a manifester. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is, essentially, you know what I'm saying, going to manifest something. And so now you're going through the process of elimination as you create the reality that you actually desire. You see what I'm saying? And so you clear this veil away constantly over and over to understand what you do desire and what you don't desire. You see what I'm saying? And so a part of shifting to higher timelines is understanding and removing things that you don't desire. Sometimes we when we're trying to manifest, or when we're living on this path, we're going through all this so-called, this trauma, this shadow work, but then all we're focused on is all the things. What I want this, I want that, I want this, I desire this, I desire that. But are you actually seeing what you don't desire? Are you paying attention to what you don't want? Are you paying attention? Or are you saying you don't want this whenever it get bad, removing it from your life, then bringing it back on because it's actually an attraction and something you love about it, and then bringing it, going over and over and over and saying it was that person, it was this person, it was this? Or is this not, it's an energy that that's not for you. It's not for your highest timeline. So we have to use more of awareness now. And like we talked about a few episodes ago, bringing that light work to the shadow work, essentially, and removing what needs to be removed. You see what I'm saying? We talk about alignment. Sometimes we're not in alignment because the things around of us are not in alignment. And the things around us are essentially influencing our actions, our moves. It could be simple as somebody you talk to every day. What could you be doing? And they talking about drama, chaos, stressing you, the news, whatever it is. What could you be doing with that energy? And when you get off the phone, now you live in a whole nother timeline. You go to the grocery store, you got fear, you worried about this, worried about that. They just put you somewhere else, and you just put yourself further back from where you actually desire to be.
Yeah, I will say, just, you know what I'm saying, just from my perspective, because that's just how I am, just like just being an introvert and just I don't know, just like loving to be by myself. Like I always ask even when I'm by myself, what better thing can I do with this energy? You know what I'm saying? That perspective is amazing. Help you have I'm talking about the most. It put a battery inside of a battery inside of a battery inside of a tri-solar system. You know what I'm saying? But it also can detach you from reality.
But that's not. Also, let me just clear, bro. That's not what I was saying, though. That's specific.
I know. I'm just saying from. Yeah. I'm just saying from.
I was talking from a very broad, like I'm
already knowing.
Like, not.
I'm already knowing. That's why I say I fully resonate with it. I'm just saying, just based off of my experience and where I'm at now, how I see that's damn code switch, because we can't even call it a shadow thing, so it ain't a shadow thing now.
We still processing this download, as y'all can tell, this episode. Like it's been, that's why we coming here on Wednesday instead of Sunday, though. You know what I'm saying? We processing it with y'all. We rocking that.
Dang.
I love when that happened, though. We've been doing this is our first episode. We kind of been like, it's been like, you know, but we really processing downloads and what source has been telling us in real time right now. Let's take a halftime break in the sense of like, Tribe, how y'all vibrating on the downloads that have been presented thus far, the code switches that have been presented, the new perspectives that have been presented. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any questions on subject questions? You know what I'm saying? Podcast, not podcast. You feel me? For us to speak on, you know, because we obviously, like I said, we're processing this download right now, and so. What is Source, you know, how is Source speaking to you, you know, because you are Source. So we would like to hear from Source in the chat. You dig?
I just like to go in, you know what I'm saying? As far as there not being no ego, you dig what I'm saying?
Just let's get it.
Go a little deeper, like, I was talking with King, and I just randomly blurted out, I'm like, bro, there is no ego. He like, bro, what you mean? I'm like,
it was in a 2-hour conversation and out of nowhere, like.
I mean, I'm like, there is no ego. I'm like, yeah, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? The download's there, but I don't really know how to articulate it yet. But I'm just like, that's like, it was just the shaman thing. Like it was like a monk type of download. You know what I'm saying?
I think is what you said earlier. You know, we can call it ego, but there's another name for it in real time. It's not, you know.
It's a conductor. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Because when I broke it down in my head, I'm like, well, what can, not the etymology of ego, just, you know what I'm saying, my imaginatology, you know what I'm saying? What could, you know what I'm saying, ego mean?
Hold on, bro. Is that, you just make that up?
Yeah.
Write that down, bro. That's another one. Imaginatology?
Yeah.
Come on now, man. I ain't gonna lie, Tribe. Hold on, like, I don't know. Did y'all hear that? Like right now in the Tribe, how would y'all spell imagine? What'd you say?
Imaginatology.
Imaginatology, like, bro. I feel like that's a science. Like we got to break down what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? We got to, you know, yeah. Never so with the that's hard.
Yeah. So. I was like, what could ego mean? And I was like, go just mean go. So what does the E mean? Like, and I was like, well, ether. So I was like, ether goes. So I was like, well, what does that mean in conjunction to when people say higher self or over self? I'm like, well, the ether that goes makes the higher, like the higher self is the higher self or the over self because the ether makes it go, or the energy that fluctuates through the ego or that conductor or that amplifier of energy. When you allow it to flow through the proper neurons and reach the stage of a higher awareness of thinking and instead of like based off of pure emotion, but it's balanced with logic and intuition and emotion, the ego, it just allows for the amplification or the expansion of it. It's just it's a drasticizer, like, you know what I'm saying, on all aspects. You know what I'm saying? The ego can make something seem drastic in a low vibrational sense or even in a high vibrational sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll go outside and be like, man, it's hot as HE double hockey sticks outside, like we sweating through our whatever, you know what I'm saying? But then you go outside and be like, man, it's something feel good, it feel like I'm laying right on raw or whatever, like whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say that the ego isn't a thing that we should look at as far as it being a part of ourselves that holds all the negativity, or just wants to project any chance that it gets, or wants to be low vibrational or third dimensional. No, the ego is actually the processor, the I don't know, like if reverse flash, that's the best way like I could articulate it right now. You know what I'm saying? The ego is the reverse flash and your higher self is the flash. You dig what I'm saying? And understand, all of them was the same flash. All of them was the same flash. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, the ego is a energy conductor, is an energy amplifier. Like I said, the ego just makes the ether go. You dig what I'm saying? If you didn't have the ego, where would your thought process, or where would these emotions go, or what would the thoughts or perspectives of these emotions go if you didn't have the ego? You dig what I'm saying? Just like how we were saying, without the light, there couldn't be the dark. So just changing the perspective of what an ego is. Stop putting a title on it. You know what I'm saying? Can't hear you.
I feel like you said all that. No disrespect, but for nothing, because you backdoored and said the most important thing.
I'm already knowing it was. That's what channeling is.
Not for nothing, not like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm already knowing.
I'm talking on the phone. We be raw.
Yeah.
The last thing you said, I was like, wow, that's it. You said, don't put a name on it.
Yep.
Don't put a title on it. And it's like, bro, that's the key, bro. You see, I was just sitting back and I'm just over here processing because something was coming. And then boom, it came right to your channel, which is
and don't always be saying that, like the title thing, like that's the most, you know what I'm saying? But it is a beneficial program. That is a beneficial tool from source, is putting titles on things, because that's how we get a separated understanding from it. We know that this thing is that and that thing is this. But when you take
guess what? When you do that, to get back to source, you got to create no separation again.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If you get caught up in the separation aspect, like this off subject, but I'm just feeling like how I'm feeling. I feel like we are just definitely, our channel is very open. This is a very vibratory moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who I was talking to. Maybe I was talking to Nefer Soul, but just about. No, I was talking to Satellite Kid. I was talking to Wes. And so we were talking, and I was like, man, people don't know how real, because they was coming from like a Christian perspective on, not him, but certain people that he was talking, it was coming from like a Christian perspective on things, and kind of coming at me because I'm on what I don't know. I used to be the Christian in that circle and all that. They were trying to come at me and what I believe in, whatever. And so I said, honestly, bro, I'm probably 90%, I guarantee, more closer to God than any of them. And I said, let me make something clear. I said, whenever they say how we God, how this, I said, look at the goddess specifically. Let's just talk about her specifically. So you understand, all the people walking around this planet, she created. Just marinate on that for one moment. He was like, dang, that. I said, everybody you're looking at came out of her, bro. She had that power. That's how powerful she is. You telling me she not God? She's not the Neteru? Like, come on, please tell me that the life force in my body that I produce constantly, millions and millions, can goes into her portal, and this creates, and something comes out of that
I'm saying that they actually do have. You know what I'm saying? It's just a inactive gene right now.
Come on now, bro. Come on now, bro. Like you said, they don't even need us. They don't have to do that. Like, you know, but it's like, bro, so my point of saying that is understand your power, family. Understand who you are. Understand like that even all the dormant energy and the things that we saying, take yourself to the light, because the light is where you fully activate. You're way more powerful. They got us walking around normal. We not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we act every day. We get used to these certain patterns and systems, and we get comfortable with this. And this is what I do. And this is what I do. And this is my thing. And this is a vibe. And this is, and all that shit is a bunch of bullshit. And it's all created to keep us comfortable, so we don't really go to this next level. You know what I'm saying? I can't hear you.
That's why I said them titles, like they definitely are a place of complacency. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, once you achieve this, you know what I'm saying? But that's why source is like, it's the unachievable. So and everything that is connected to source is the unachievable in its own way, shape, or form. You just gotta tap into it. You dig what I'm saying? There's somebody somewhere on this world right now, I'm telling you, that could take this pen and tell me everything that's inside of it without having to read a chemistry book, without having to read a pen making book, without having to whatever, because they completely disregarded what separation. They understood it, integrated it, but they completely released what separation is and understood that this pen is the same as them. They're just looking at it from a different lens, but it's still the same lens. So how can I make myself understand what this thing means over here and this thing means over here mean the same thing when they look different to me, but they feel exactly the same? Type in. And that's the thing. We're getting to the point where everything feels, or you can feel the source within everything. You dig what I'm saying? Because all different things can have numerous vibrations, but again, they all still have that source string, that source thread woven into their fabric. It's just about if you're able to go into that fabric and pluck that string, pluck that note. You dig what I'm saying?
I say gratitude.
Big gratitude to source. I say.
So as I sit right here, you know what I'm talking about, with Ganesha right here with me, vibing in the heart space. Every aspect of you has to find true love. You know what I'm saying? The key is that most of us fear love. You know what I'm saying? So we naturally fall into the actions of victimhood, fear, resentment, confusion, self-hate, etc. You know what I'm saying? And so going into that vibration of light is like I said, is finding true love. And most of us get on this planet. The reason why relationships are so important is because everybody's always searching for true love. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that you have to try to do. It's something that we naturally do. You know what I'm saying? But in doing that, we can't fear love. You know, like the whole "it's too good to be true" type of perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, already coming into this realm with the separate program of love. Like, we're separate from love. Like, love is something outside of ourselves, and we have perfect examples of it growing up. You know what I'm saying? On numerous occasions. So, again, looking even at the vibration of love is like there's no separation. Like, there's been numerous accounts of me experiencing love on macrocosmic scales and microcosmic scales each and every single day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just mistaking it for a different energy or a different emotion, because I wasn't fully taught, or I didn't fully teach myself what love feels like, even on a small scale. Or I don't remember, or I suppressed it because I'm again fearful of it.
And guess what? What we're saying is that love, the etymology of friend is to love. So if you don't know where to start or don't know what to do with love or how to get to that aspect of overcoming the fear of love, then use the concept of how you build and how you are when you make a friend. When you make a friend, initially y'all really like take a lot of time to get to know each other. Y'all kind of be addicted to spending time with each other.
Bro,
You know,
can
you
I
kind
stop
of
you right
like,
there? Right at the addiction part, because I was gonna say some people like to take the R off a friend and just say fiend. You dig what I'm saying? Like, watch the people who are around you, because sometimes they're fiends instead of friends. But if you just separate those two, it could be two words. It could be FR, which my brain just put an EE on the end. So free, the fiend. You know what I'm saying? So technically, again, when he was talking about that addictive aspect, when you get addicted to these people, that's when you realize you got to free the fiend. You know what I'm saying? And then in turn, let me give it back. What happens after that? Once you realize that addictive aspect of having a friend, and then realizing in order to truly have that friend, you have to separate, release it. But you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Then you remove the illusion that you created that was based off of real things, and you actually find the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a beautiful process. In this example, you find love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and also understand this: when people come to you with advice, with love, light codes, have a great day, affirmations, whatever it is, in any aspect of in that area. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand, like, these people are here, and they're not just beings, but they're reflections of light that was here all along. That they're y'all already have a connection deeper than what you can even fathom, and they're here to give you this great advice on this hard day, or to give you love to actually inspire your soul, or to give you these light codes. It's all by design. You know what I'm saying? So just understand, like, take gratitude to a whole nother level, and understand that, as much as you see things that are happening that may feel negative, when the smallest thing, somebody opened the door for you, you know.
Or look, I'm just speaking because I experienced this, but now it's like I'm realizing that it's two different feelings when I do experience this. When people say good morning to me, you know what I'm saying, and me knowing what that means, and me knowing what actually to say, but me knowing still good morning with their intention doesn't mean what I know it means when you break the word down. So it's like up here, I know it doesn't actually mean that when they say it, but my body is reacting to it as, why are you telling me to mourn? Because I intentionally oversaturated or hyper focused my body and like physically studying better ways to say good morning. So now my body is hyper focused on that's the right way to say it, and anytime I don't hear that, that's the wrong thing. So I'm not receiving that vibration, even if it's still coming from a light aspect of source. So every day on small, okay, we may be rejecting source. You know what I'm saying? Just because we're in a higher state of awareness or thinking or expanded consciousness, and we don't resonate with the way the 3D do shit, nigga, you still in a 3D.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, to me, like, I gotta be straight, wrong, real. It's like, let's not say like unconditional love or love challenges. Like, let's take the word love out of it for a second, and let's substitute that with Christ, because I think love is abused. The word don't even hold the weight it's supposed to hold, so the vibration is not even respected the way it should be, even though what we're trying to convey or what we are conveying. So source challenges itself with intimacy. Unconditional source doesn't challenge itself, to me, from my perspective. So now we reanalyze that. Like, let's look at it from that aspect.
That's great. The source challenges itself. And yeah, that's the because this is just bringing back more of that battery in the back of the battery of a back in the battery of a back of 3 Tyler solar sister suns I was talking about, because like challenging yourself, like that was the main thing that helped me at the beginning of my journey too. Was every moment was a challenge for self. either just always get better, wasn't it? It was never there was no room for failure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What,
and even if I did fail, it wasn't failure. It was just a on the climb up the ladder. Then that step was just over here instead of the next one up.
Well, I would say when you say challenge it too, when you making a friend, you don't intentionally do it. Sometimes you do intentionally do it, but there's a challenge there based off of building the trust. You might call them and say, you know what, let me see if this nigga, you know what I'm saying, gonna look out, or if he gonna, you know what I mean, not like you're trying to test him, but there's a situation there that's created.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know within your friend groups which one's gonna pick up, which one's gonna answer the text, which one's gonna not come through. Like, y'all gonna plan the whole thing, and they're gonna be like, yeah, we coming, and they ain't gonna pull up.
You like, already know it.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's real. So this is where we finna go into you know what I'm saying, the close of the downloads. But I want to say this. The opposing energy, not the opposing energy, but to an extent, if we're not following the source code, then we'll get caught in a spiral, a backward spiral. So we know we're supposed to be the sources. This spiral energy is all around us of source. You know what I'm saying? That's literally like damn near to me a symbol of source. You know what I'm saying? And so written in the universe, you feel me? And so I don't know how to, I'm not telling you, bro, I don't know how to pronounce it, but what is the name of this maze? We was talking
about a labyrinth.
A labyrinth. So yeah, there's another example of, and that's a maze. So when we're not tapping in with source codes, then we're creating these very,
again, those steps over here instead of
exactly.
the step up.
Exactly. So since we're talking about source, do you accept the source challenge?
Yeah, that's funny. Cause that I knew exactly what. At first I didn't, but then after I was like, oh no, I know exactly what that was. You said, do I accept the source challenge? Something in me said it just depends on what challenge the source is. But it was like, it was that perspective in which looking at even challenge, the word challenge in whatever way that I do, because I thought in my energy I was looking at challenge at in full high vibration, but that just let me know that I was looking at challenge in a low vibrational perspective some way. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, so it was just that code switch of everything that we talked about right there. But
in real time.
Yeah.
And guess what, family? Y'all got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with something that you was rocking with and understanding that, damn, I got a bigger perspective, and then going through the natural process of doing it and switching it in the moment.
Dang. That hit so different, because in my mind, I was like, nigga, that's just like when you driving in a roadblock. And every time when I drive, and I got the GPS on, if I miss the exit, I'm pissed. I'm agitated. I'm frustrated. Because I knew it was right there. I knew I could go that way, but I missed it. You dig what I'm saying? And sometimes you just can't go that way because the road is blocked. You dig? So that's just deep. That just brought that right back around full circle for me.
I say, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with the Shadow Work Sundays, you know what I'm saying? On the Wednesday, on the
sometimes look, sometimes those blocks are actually just, you know what I'm saying, those roads, those channels are those roads are they've been used too much. Those streets they've been having too many tires roll on them that week. They tired. That street when they get closed off, you know what I'm saying? You could ride on this main street over here on Wednesday instead of Sunday. Or you could do this over here on this day instead of this day that you're normally doing it. You know what I'm saying? So anytime that you see a blockage, that means that sometimes you're not supposed to go through it because that may mess something up within your physical body. Sometimes you may have to bypass it just to see what's behind it, start clearing that, and make the push through easier. You dig what I'm saying? Which we just did for today. You know what I'm saying?
No, facts. Yeah, this is
Detours the source. Detours the source. I don't know. That just hit different.
It hit different, yep, because like that's almost an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
hey, yeah, that can go many different ways. Literally,
I ain't got my phone right. It's on the chart. Can you rewrite that down for me?
Yeah, I got you.
Send it in the text. Yeah, that's yeah. I really resonate with that. But yeah, man, big energy to the tribe, man. Accepting the challenge of source is something big when one isn't aware or on their shadow work journey, I believe. Accepting the challenge of the source is so I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'll say big pots.
Yep.
Cause my channel, I got so much going on right now.
Yeah. I don't know what that. Yeah, it might just. Yeah, I don't know. It's a cold switch. You hear me?
Yeah, I like this though. I really like this Wednesday vibe. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted, family. You know what I'm saying? It could be Friday. I'm actually excited about a Friday vibe. I ain't gonna lie. I think that might be our next cold switch. You know what I'm saying? I'd be excited to see what that's looking like.
Big fact.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's anything. I feel like I something I'm supposed to be saying, like for like some type of. Oh, family. So 5 more days until we're gonna shut it down. But this is really just like sources is leading us to do this in this window or this period. But if you want to come on the show, and just as far as the people we locking in, and you want to tap into your teacher bag, you got something to say, you got a message, a source, you got something, then hit us up on Instagram. And then what we're gonna do is we get a few people, you know what I'm saying? I would say at least 2 or 3 people, and we're gonna build with y'all. You know what I'm saying? For have 3 or 4 meetings and we build with y'all and connect with y'all and figure out the download that source wants us to give as a collective. So, so I say sometime this week, hit us up if y'all want to come tap in and start to build with us behind the scenes so we can present something to the collective.
Big facts.
See, that's another thing. See, like, gratitude to you, tribe. They was able to catch us, hadn't got to catch us in a while because we tapping in on Wednesday. What is you doing, bro? I thought listen, I said, is this nigga moving? Like, is he dancing, bro? I ain't gonna lie, I was rapping earlier, bro. I ain't gonna lie, this beat.
I don't know, them beats just have it, especially when you channeling it, just how you moving, like.
Well, I actually got like a whole song to this, so I'm just like, I be in and out. But yeah, much gratitude to the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a beautiful time. You know what I'm saying? Don't demonize your elevation. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Hey, how do an elevator work? You gotta have a weight to pull that mug up. It has to have a weight down to pull it up.
And once again, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you think something wrong with me for quoting this scripture, then you gotta go within. But I'm gonna quote this scripture one more time. You dig? So 1 Corinthians 14:33, with God, disorder and chaos gives a way to order and peace.
Facts.
Gratitude to the tribe, gratitude to Source, gratitude to Ma'at, gratitude to Ra, gratitude to Tahuti, gratitude to Ganesha, gratitude to Shiva. Who else you vibrating? Where you at with it? I mean, it's so many, but I'm just.
And gratitude to all the archangels. Gratitude to the brownies. Gratitude to the phase, the sprites. Gratitude to the daemons. Gratitude to the. You know what I'm saying? Any aspect of any being that takes any shape, form, physical, energetic, emotional, high vibrational, low vibrational, or any aspect that exists without a title or within a title. Much gratitude. And most importantly, much gratitude to Source. Big
gratitude. Vic Pacha.